Well, hello, everybody. As y'all probably know, I don't think that highly of otters. As animals, they're cool, but I'm realistic about otters. Is that the word we're going to use now? I am realistic about the way things are. What does that sound like? Um, they're not the nicest animals, and they have a dark side to them. They can be cute and cuddly, but they can also be vicious. They're weasels, mind you. Buddhist ritual saves exotic fish from slaughter, only for adventurous Tibetan otters to feast on them instead. Exotic fish released as part of a Buddhist religious practice have become the preferred food option for otters, potentially mitigating the impact that these introductions have on native species. A Buddhist ritual has created an all-you-can-eat buffet for otters living near rivers on the Tibetan plateau, new research suggests. Fang Sheng, meaning life release, is the religious practice of saving and releasing animals that were destined to be slaughtered. Buddhist texts recommend the ritual as a way of paying back debt, erasing bad luck, healing illness, and extending one's life. Among other benefits, according to a 2020 study in the International Journal of Interreligious and Intercultural Studies. Sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and like not that I understand the mumbo jumbo according to the 2020 study. That's what I'm talking about. The International Journal of Interreligious and Intercultural Studies. That sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo to me. Usually, if you have to put an acronym to it, it's probably a bunch of crap. In accordance with this practice, Buddhists living in the Tibetan plateau in southwestern China have been releasing fish they buy from markets into local rivers since at least the 1990s. A study published June 21st in the journal Current Zoology is found in the otters have acquired a taste for newly freed fish. Okay. This whole thing is already taking a turn that I didn't expect it to. I thought they were releasing, like, important fish. It sounds like they're introducing fish that aren't supposed to be there. Am I wrong on this? I guess I'll have to read. A religious fish release may provide additional food source for otters. Resources for otters, researchers wrote in the study. Released fish are usually exotic, non-native species such as crucian carp and common carp that could spread disease or compete with native species for resources. Local authorities banned releasing non-native fish in the wild in 2019, but residents were largely unaware of this, the study noted. I'm sure they were. Despite thousands of fish being released each year, researchers found only a handful swimming in local rivers, including just 2 crucian carpin samples taken during spring 2022. The species has successfully invaded and established populations elsewhere on the Tibetan plateau, according to the site. Okay, so I was wrong. So if we did this in Florida, that's called illegal, and that's a bad thing. But the Tibetan monks do this for good karma, or whatever they call it, and it's they're trying to do good to the world by releasing invasive species. This Buddhist ritual saves exotic fish from slaughter. Okay, exotic fish, that seems a little exotic fish. Okay, why did it? I thought it was saying something else. Okay, so they're literally just releasing carp that they get from the markets into the water to feel good about themselves, while A, possibly destroying the ecosystem, and B, I guess not, because they're feeding these otters. This is a weird situation. Adventurous consumers. Eurasian otters are top predators and adventurous consumers, quote unquote, that don't shy away from new food options, the research said. To find out whether otters are feasting on ritual fish, the team analyzed other fecal samples on the banks of the river where the fish are released. The researchers found that despite making up a tiny proportion of the fish available, non-native species made up about 20% of the prey detected in otters' poop, suggesting they seek out the ritual fish over naturally occurring species. Eurasian otters showed a preference for released fish. The study authors said. The researchers proposed that by hunting exotic fish, the otters may mitigate the impact of fang sheng and prevent non-native species from colonizing the river systems. They love the word colonizing. Others probably aren't choosing released fish for their taste, but because they're easy to catch. Exotic species have not evolved to cope with the cold, low oxygen conditions of the Tibetan Plateau, which is an average elevation of 14,800 feet above sea level and is often referred to as the roof of the world, according to NASA's Earth Observatory. As a result, released fish may not swim as fast as native species, the research suggests. Another reason may be that non-native fish have higher nutrition and or energy, which needs to be studied further in the future, the author wrote. The team hopes to continue investigating the role of otters in removing released fish by excluding the predators from a stretch of river. Why? So these Buddhists are doing these rituals which are releasing non-native fish into the water, which they pretend not to know about, for whatever, for to feel good about themselves and to whatever. If they did this with like a native fish and like reintroduced something that was like, they went out of their way to try to find something that was like, that actually could benefit the environment instead of just releasing carp everywhere. Like, we're not the only ones here in Florida. Like, Florida isn't the only place with invasive species. I mean, this is considered okay, or at least not really pushed back on because it's a religious thing, but it's still harming the environment. I just thought it was funny. When I saw this, my first thought was this example. So, animal release has gone wrong. That parakeet, let's watch that again. It's a budgie. That's a budgie. They sound American. Budgies are Australian. Why are they releasing a budgie outside anyway? And no crap, your dog's going to eat it. That dog was wanting it the whole time. What do you think it was going to do? And then this one. This is one of my favorites of all time. Watch that one more time. Yeah, cats. Cats do that. You know why? Because they're predators and they're really good at what they do. I don't hate cats. I'm gonna say that real quick. I don't hate cats. What is it? You cat, what you can deserve. Is that what? That's what I think. Like, yeah, no shit, that's gonna happen. Anyway, so yeah, let me know what you think down below. Only for adventurous Tibetan otters to feast on them instead. Adventurous. Ritual saves exotic fish from slaughter. I mean, slaughter. They love using buzzwords like that. I gotta do as well. You know, I gotta get you guys to click on the video. So like, I get it to an extent, but geez, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Keep it wild.